Hey, today's June the 10th, 2023, and this is Wes Fryer. I'm here in the UW Tower in Seattle at the University of Washington. I've just spent 2 days in a wonderful workshop that was sponsored by several groups to include the Center for an Informed Public and the TIP Teachers group, and we have been learning about Finnish education and specifically the way that Finland has been addressing media literacy. And so what I'm going to do is just share the little slideshow I made in our closing activity to kind of do a culminating reflection on some of the takeaways from this wonderful 2-day workshop. So as our culminating activity, we were challenged to interact with some of the resources that we have learned about from Finland and the European Union. And so I chose to do the curriculum mapping activity. And so this is my summary of kind of what I thought I was going to apply as a takeaway. So I did some surveys for my middle school media literacy students at the end of the year, and they asked for more group projects as well as less out-of-class homework. And so thinking about group projects, I took a look at this document, which is called the Digital Competence Framework for Citizens. And the link to this is available in this slideshow. And by the way, if you want to go to the slideshow, you can go to wfryer.me/June 2023. I made a shortened link for this. And so this is a large document, but it has 5 key areas of competence. And again, this is for citizens. This isn't just talking about middle school students or students in school. And so there's information and data literacy, there's communication and collaboration, digital content creation, which is really the one I tend, I guess, to do the most with my students, safety, and then problem solving. And so this is the one that I think I might really focus on and use some of the language and rubrics and materials here because I want to integrate more group work and an application-based challenge for my students to invite them with others to find an issue that they would like to do some advocacy, either hypothetical or actual, and then use some of their multimedia content creation and communication skills in doing that advocacy campaign, either thinking about how that might happen, or maybe they actually do it. And that's framework element 5 here in this document. So in terms of thinking about that with problem solving, they talk about solving technical problems, identifying the technological responses, creatively using digital technologies, identifying digital competency gaps. Those are all things underneath the realm of problem solving. And so as I teach my students to create some different types of media products, then giving them that application context is what I'm thinking about. This is a mastery framework that I learned about when I was teaching in Yukon, Oklahoma, west of Oklahoma City, teaching 4th and 5th grade STEM there a few years ago. And I really like it because this idea, and this comes from Robert Marzano's work, is that we want students to be able to self-assess where they are with a particular skill, whether they are 1 a novice or all the way up to 4 an expert, able to teach the skill. And so this is kind of what I'd like to do with some of these skills, and also just within the context of the problem-solving challenge, is have students self-assess how they can do with these skills and then being able to demonstrate those in visible ways. And so this is a rubric, and I won't try to read this off of this slideshow, but this is a rubric that the European Union in this document has created for problem solving and solving technical problems. This also has relevance to some of the other STEM classes I teach. I teach a 6th grade Introduction to Engineering course in our STEM department, and so I'm excited to think about how some of the work that's been done here with curriculum mapping might be able to influence my own course design as I am doing some redesign, and we're moving into the Canvas learning management system this summer. So my last idea is just to possibly integrate some student fact checker segments into videos that students make, and that might be an assignment that I have separately for my students, but we're also talking at our school maybe about having some student news segments that some of our student leaders might record and then share to be played during advisory at other times. And there's a great little video that the Faktabari group, which is from Finland, has created called Check 3 Questions, and sort of this role playing the fact checker, I think is something that we could certainly do and utilize. So you can find this slideshow at wfryer.me/June 2023 if you want to check that out, and then you can actually click the actual hyperlinks to the document that I referenced and that video. In addition, I've aggregated some media literacy resources at medialiteracy.westfryer.com. And I would be remiss if I didn't amplify links also to the University of Washington Center for an Informed Public, which you can find at www.cip.uw.edu, and then the wonderful TIP Teachers organization, which is Teachers for an Informed Public. Thanks to Liz as well as Sean, who are the co-founders of that group, that were foundational in getting this event to take place. And I'll conclude with 2 pictures. There was a sticker that was circulated to think more, share less, and I do agree with some of that idea of friction. Read articles and be intentional as you share. But I made this today in Canva: sift before you share, and so I think this might be something that I use in some maybe modified form or something like that in my classroom, because I like that as a slogan. And then here's our last picture with some of our participants here from our wonderful workshop. Thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to sift before you share.